Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about 2024 Feng Shui, the last real big 2024 Feng Shui, ending this year super powerfully. And all you can do, I know that the final month of the year, it seems like, well, the year's over. I'll start in January. And while, yes, it's awesome to celebrate the holidays and have, a great time off and all of these things, there's also so much you can do right now to step into something even bigger in 2025. And I strongly feel how we end things sets a lot up for how we begin things, and how we will say do the final bits of decluttering set us up for whether it's a beautiful fresh start, or it's the beginnings of a fresh start, or it's a lot to go through to make a fresh start. So we want to really clear the decks and get ready to make a big fresh start. And this doesn't mean that you have to clear every bit of clutter, finish everything on your to-do list, but rather really take things in from this year and process what matters. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So first of all, what's really cool about this year is that we end with 2 new moons in 1 month. We have a new moon. We had a new moon to start this month, and then we end this month with another new moon, which is so beautiful and symbolic. So we go through a full moon, full lunar cycle, full cycle of the moon in this month. So it's really like we're really completing everything and then getting a new beginning at the end of the month. So very symbolic as we move into a new numerological year, the 9-year, all the new culminations that are going to be happening, and Pluto in Aquarius. And I've made a whole video about that. So many new things, right? And we also have 2 retrogrades. One is going to end on the 15th, so it's ending soon. Mercury, which is a great big upgrade this season, and Mars retrograde, which is a massive life upgrade that can help you to really feel your power. And so thinking about ending this year triumphantly, ending this year in your power, and getting things done, really taking advantage of this full cycle and all of the energy surrounding it. And to start, declutter. If you can't do a lot of decluttering, that's okay. But if you want a little head start on your decluttering, you want to do things you've never done with your decluttering before, the free Feng Shui decluttering class is starting tomorrow if you're watching this when I'm filming it. But it's basically starting right now. It's only up for this time of the year. It's only up for a few weeks every year. And it's awesome. And it will guide you through re-energizing your house and doing decluttering using Feng Shui, which is so much more fun, so much more empowering than anything I've ever done before this. And then at the end, you will learn how your clutter is distinctly, specifically affecting you, and how to make changes so that your home supports your goals. And that's what we do on this channel. And by the way, if you're watching this, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because I don't know if you've heard it from other YouTubers. I certainly have, and it just happened to me. It wasn't happening to me, but YouTube has really changed how it's doing everything. And your likes and your subscribes and your shares really mean a lot, so that when I put all this content out, it actually gets seen by you first and foremost, but also it just gets out into the world, which is ultimately the goal. And I so appreciate you. So if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe and all the things. And I'll remember to say it more often, because I always forget whenever I'm doing these lives. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Get the free decluttering class. It's in the description box below, and you won't want to miss it. If you're watching on Facebook, it's above, and you won't want to miss it because it's so good. There's even resources. I mean, it's a full class and it's so much fun, and it's such a gift to be able to get this to you. So now, to really culminate this year, to get the lessons of this year, which are going to bring you more love, bring you more power, bring you to higher places in your development, your evolution, in your life, feel everything in order to start processing it and release things that you're ready to let go of. So if you've had things happen this year that you haven't really processed, and it could be good things or it could be not so good things. I just had a major loss of a friend, and that was who passed away, and it was so tragic, and I haven't fully processed it yet, but I've been taking more time to let myself feel it, let myself cry, let myself laugh, let myself write, let myself think about it, but to feel everything and release things by feeling them. Sometimes people say, how do I let it go? How do I let it go? Sometimes it takes a while. And I'm not saying that you're going to get through every single thing. There's some traumas and losses that have taken me a long time to process, even with all the high tech therapy tool things that you could possibly use and energy work and everything else. Life is dynamic, and it's not only about being high vibe. And allowing yourself to feel everything is going to help you to truly become stronger, to truly heal if that's what you're looking to do, to truly move forward, to acknowledge, I'm afraid of this, to acknowledge, I'm upset, to acknowledge that you're in grief, to acknowledge that you feel lost. All of these things are a part of actually making change. What I see so often now is that people are so afraid of low vibes that they're just like, oh, yeah, no, everything's fine. I'm fine. I'll just power through it. And slowly but surely, you see people really looking imbalanced or having things happen, stress issues and even physical issues that pop up because all this stuff is being suppressed. And so feel everything in order to release it, in order to let it go. And you will be so liberated walking into the new year. This is a powerful form of decluttering, and it's not always pleasant. Sometimes it is if you're feeling into all the great things that have happened, but take that time to actually feel things. And so that's something you can just compartmentalize. You don't have to have it take over your life, but it is extremely powerful. Now, cross off things from your list and notice what you didn't do. So if you started the new year with a wish list or goals or a vision board, look at it right now. Take a look and notice, what have I done? What haven't I done? And don't do this from the lens of what did I succeed and how did I fail? You didn't fail. If you take the word failure and all things to do with failure out of the equation, and you just start crossing things off your list that you have done and just celebrate them if you haven't yet, then actually look at what you haven't done and ask yourself, is this something that I need to address? Do I have something going on around these issues? Do I have energies going around these issues? Do I have misunderstanding? So for instance, if you had on your wish list that you were going to start a new business and it didn't happen, you can say, okay, let's look at why. Not I failed, but let's look at why this happened. I don't know enough, or maybe this isn't the business for me, or maybe I should be focusing on something else. Give yourself the space to really, again, feel into this. And the more intention you have, the better it is to make change. If you realize something hasn't gotten done for the last few years, maybe the way you're going about it isn't the thing. Or maybe you need some fresh energy. There's a saying, if you move in the same ways, you get the same results. And so I'm committed to constantly trying to move in new ways. And so how can you move in new ways to get new results? Also, maybe there are some things that were not your goals, or they're not your goals anymore. You don't care about them. And so get them off the list, get them off the vision board. You can choose. You don't have to do everything that you once set out to do. And once you get that vision really clear for yourself, it's going to be way easier to make it happen. You're going to understand the feeling of it a lot more. A lot of times when we set goals in the new year, we sit there and we're like, okay, what should I have? I should want X amount of dollars. I should want this thing. And that's not real. Unless you feel it enough to be excited about it, it's probably not going to happen. I say that time and time and time again. Just because it sounds like a good idea doesn't mean that it is the thing that's going to move you forward. So it's got to really be exciting. And that is the stuff that's going to ultimately free you to be bigger and bigger and bigger. We're headed into a time of unlimited possibilities. We're already there. And real unlimited possibilities. Sky's the limit. Things you haven't even imagined yet are going to become real. I don't know about you, but on Instagram or TikTok, do you get videos, or even YouTube, do you get videos from like the 1980s and the 1970s of people trying to figure out what technology is going to look like? And they're sitting there with a box and they're pretending like they can do their work sitting in front of a box, and they're wearing all kinds of contraptions that are actually our iPhones and iWatches and all sorts of other things that we Apple Watches and all sorts of other things that we have now. And they were thinking broader and bigger. And now I don't even think that we can fully conceive of what's going to be possible in even 10 years or 5 years, because things are now moving so fast that AI is creating AI. Like we're in another era. I drive now around Los Angeles. It may not have happened near you yet, but I'm here to tell you that there are cars with no one in them driving around Los Angeles and carrying people like taxis. I was like, who's doing this? I am too afraid. And I don't know if I will ever be able to trust myself to get into a driverless car and drive around the streets of Los Angeles. However, I will say it is wild. And it's something I never thought I would see. I've been watching robots go around town for 4 years now, driving little cart robots everywhere. But this is next level. And now people are like, oh no, cars are going to fly. I'm like, what? And yeah. So imagine for you, there's things that we can't even imagine. So what would be so incredible is to have a real grounded sense of what you truly, truly want, and realize like life is moving and speeding up so fast that it may happen even bigger and better than you could ever even dream of it. So dreaming bigger is also a great thing to do for Pluto and Aquarius, which is the next 20 years. And don't be limited by your mind. The reason why I keep saying feeling so much as I'm making this video is because it's how the Feng Shui works. The work that we do here is very unique. The whole school of intention, the Feng Shui school, is very unique. Everything that we do and all the decluttering, all the methodologies we do are very unique. It's something that I'm super excited to be able to share, because it's all focused on your feelings, not your mind. You don't calculate it. You don't sit and think hard about it, because your mind is not unlimited. Your imagination, your creativity, your energy, your essence, your spirit is unlimited. And so it's not about hard thinking. It's about living wider and bigger. And that to me is the most exciting thing. Now, another great thing for this month is to start a new habit, something that really fuels you, and be consistent about it. So don't knock yourself out with a habit that's going to be too hard. For instance, during the holiday season, going to the gym 5 times a week may not be the easiest thing to start right now with everything else you have going on. But what is a habit that you can start right now that will fuel you, that will excite you, that you can be consistent about? Something that's going to actually fit with what you have planned for this season. A lot of you have vacations, you have family events, you have a bunch of things going on. What can you do? And there are tons of things you can do. I mean, there are hundreds of things you can do. You could do a new beauty habit. You could do a new habit in the shower. You could do like a new body scrub, whatever it is. You can do something new that fuels you, that makes you feel good. You could do a grounding meditation every morning, whatever it is that you can be consistent with. And this consistency is what is going to mark the year ahead. It's not going to be just like, let's throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. It's going to be like, let's consistently keep building that 1% growth, the atomic habits. Every day I'm growing. Every day I'm getting better. That is exciting. Now, if you want to do something really special this month, I may go to a special place in Los Angeles just for fun to do this, but I'm going to do my version of a quest. And when I say a quest, do a day where you shut off your phone, shut off your computer, at least for a big portion of the day, maybe even for a big long morning or a big long evening. and you check out of all the things. Maybe you do it with a friend or with family members, and you're all quiet and you all go out in nature or go somewhere special to you, a spiritual space, and let answers come through. Again, shut down your mind and open up to the enormity of the universe. And this is a great time to get out in nature. It's a wonderful time to do things that you probably wouldn't normally do, like maybe go to a forest or go to the ocean if you live near the ocean, and when no one's there, out of season, and just spend time walking around. You can meditate, you can write, but get away from technology and outside stimulus as much as possible and allow things to come through. Don't force them. Just be present with all of the stuff around you of nature and let these inspirations and these ideas and even voices, who knows, maybe your ancestors or friends and family on the other side come through and guide you in a beautiful way. I think that this is far more valuable than trying to force anything. And when you do this, you're really practicing a form of surrender, which is similar to what I talked about at the beginning, feeling everything and allowing it to move through you, where you become more of a creative vessel, where you become more of a lightning rod for change. And that is extraordinary. Now, last but not least on my list, massive forgiveness. Forgiveness will free you. It is tried and true, time and time again. I've seen this in my life. I've seen it with other people. When you forgive, you open the doors to everything new. And a lot of times it's this lack of forgiveness that holds things in place. I'm going to forgive someone who has done something. I'm going to try to find a really good equitable solution. Someone who did something that I was not pleased with at the beginning of the year. And I was like, I need to forgive this now. I need to break this cycle, because if I don't forgive, every time I try to do this thing, I'm going to have this bad situation in my mind. I need to free myself from the people involved in it. I need to free myself from that energy, and I need to free them as well. Because I know that there are some bad people in the world, but I don't approach life going, everyone's bad and people have bad intentions. I like to believe the best in everyone that I'm interacting with. And I don't think anyone feels good when they do things that don't make you feel good. And I think that people don't necessarily all know, I don't always know the right thing to do or say to make things right. So forgiveness is a real freeing thing for everyone involved. And it allows everyone to do better, to be better, to grow more. And the best kind of forgiveness is the forgiveness of the things that are unforgivable. And that's been a hard one for me. And it's also been the most transformational forgiveness that I've ever done. And it, again, opens doors. So if you want to declutter your life, start forgiving, start letting things go. And again, keep clearing energy around you, because we're getting ready for this brilliant new beginning. 2 new moons this month, brilliant new beginning. So I'll be back, of course, with the new moon feng shui. In the meantime, the free feng shui decluttering class is here, and it's linked again in the description box. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and share and comment and all the things. It means so much to help the channel to be seen again. It's not like it's not being seen, but it's just wild what happened. Like one day I was like, damn, YouTube caught up with me. I was hearing all these things and I'd never seen it for myself. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm checking all your comments. 20 years of Pluto in Aquarius is glorious. And I hope that every minute of it is full of innovation and all of the things. I want to be turned into my spirit and not my mind. Yes, that is awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, really cool. I'm a big, big believer. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Forgiveness is key, 100%. Yep, it is absolutely wild how fast times are changing. Yeah, I'm watching a lady speak to her husband on her wristwatch. Yeah, it's really, really wild. It's really wild. And lots of things that I never thought I would see, I'm seeing now. And now it's just the sky's the limit. So we could either, we can choose how we interact with it. Like I said, I'm not voluntarily getting into a self-driving car anytime soon, I don't think. But I might change my mind over time. You get to decide how you interact with all this change, and you get to be the person driving your own ship. And you may realize in your time away from stuff, if you decide to check out for a day and check in with yourself, you may decide, I don't even want to participate in a lot of technology at all. Or you may decide, I want to really lean into this and see what this is all about. And you get to steer your ship, but it's a lot easier to steer your ship when you are designing your life. And that's what we're doing here. And that's what we're doing here in 2025 in a huge way. And I am honored to be able to come here and make these videos for you. So thanks so much for being here. And here's to the most triumphant end to a year, 2024. We're going to see it off with a big bang and feel the excitement of the new year ahead. Have a great time, everyone. And I'll be back soon with more because we got a lot of big shifts happening in December. So stay tuned. I love you. Thank you for being here. Bye.